calories or running marathons. Ashwagandha, the stress-reducing herb that soothes away wrinkles and blemishes, leaving you with that skin and hair that maybe you once had when you were a 20-year-old. Matcha tea, the antioxidant-loaded green tea that gives you as much energy as coffee without all those negative side effects associated with caffeine. All three of these, as well as the remaining 8 superfoods, are inside the best-selling
turmeric,
USDA
lemon,
organic, gluten-free,
beets,
soy-free, dairy-free, vegan, Organifi green juice. But to give you an idea how healthy Organifi green juice is, just 1 ounce is equivalent to eating 23 pounds of ordinary garden vegetables.
The problem
this
is
truly is the best green juice nutrition product on the market and in the world.
Vegetables or fruits, the detoxification is not as equivalent or
hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Weens. I'm in Jerusalem, and today I'm going to take you on the ultimate food tour of Jerusalem. I'm going to meet up with my friend David, who is the hungry tourist. He's an amazing food lover, and we're also going to meet up with one of his friends whose name is Vakram, and he knows Jerusalem, especially the food like the back of his hand. So we're going to take you on the ultimate Jerusalem food tour.
So the more heat and the more stewing down and the more your proteins get totally destroyed, your enzymes get totally destroyed. And this is why in Judaism there is a lot, and Jewish people there are a lot of ailments and natural degeneration to the brain, like Alzheimer's, lots of crippling diseases as well. If you notice that each race has its own
okay, so actually we're on the outside of the old city right now.
Like for instance, black people, they have, or African people, or dark people of descent have extremely high blood pressure. Americans have a lot of diabetes, heart trouble, and high blood pressure and obesity. Chinese people have a lot of longevity, good things, because they eat a lot of vegetables. And 90% of their diet is vegetables, and it's not overly cooked. They cook it to a half-cooked minimum. The UK, again, it's kind of a little better than American food, but not. I think the tea, the spot of tea, kind of helps it a lot because they consume a lot of tea. In Canada and America, we have Starbucks, we have Tim Hortons, we have McDonald's, we have Coffee Time, we have, you know, the Guns N' Roses of coffee places. And I happen to be a coffee consumer, and I enjoy Colombian coffee, Ethiopian coffee, and all the different coffees of the world, including all the different honeys of the world as well. I do not consume any kind of liquid in my body at all unless it has honey in it. I do not use white or refined sugar or brown sugar. I use simply cane juice or the bee vomit, which is the best antioxidant in the world, which is honey. Honeys are very expensive now. I use buckwheat honey in Canada and America. In New Zealand and Australia, they have the most, it's called Manuka honey. It's very expensive. It's like $72 for like 4 ounces of it. But it depends on your budget. Like Iraq, Iran, Dubai, they have different kinds of honeys as well. They even have would you believe, a hallucinant honey way up high in the Alps.
Goes up your nose a little bit.
And the Indian people are consuming this, and it makes them delirious. It's like LSD, but it's a honey, and they have to go way up high into the mountains, It's on the side of a mountain, and when they go up there, they get so high after consuming the honey because they have to go up on ropes, and they make the ropes out of a braided straw ladder, and they go up, and they're Indians, and they have a lot of crystals up in there too. It's off the Himalayan mountains, but they're Indians way up in the north side, and it's basically they start seeing things, they get delirious, they pass out, they can even go unconscious, and that's with a certain kind of a honey only produced at a certain time of year. So you can see that bees, and bees are really, really bees, and honey is what I look for, and honey is what I long for, and honey is the only thing I want. So if you don't give me honey, or a nice Angus steak, or some great awesome seafood once in a while, and some mega salads, and I love to juice. I'm a juicer. I juice everything. I make my own homemade cosmetics. I tried to go vegetarian, but there wasn't enough proteins in all these veggies to actually make my body strong enough. I grew up organically on moose meat, so I consumed a lot of blood because my father used to make it rare. So when you grow up on something, it's like a bat, or like a lamb, or like a cow, or like a horse, or like a cat. You grow up on a certain thing, and then you change my diet, well, then you're going to see extreme things happen to me that I'm not going to be able to accept, and my body is just going to get tired. I just tried doing fish. I tried to do the chicken thing. I tried to do just salads and veggies and tofu. I could not do any of it. I was raised in a health food store. We had our own resort up north, so I basically run all the kitchens there. And I run the resort there. So I grew up with a lot of vegetation. We grew everything. My mother was a 5-star cook. So, you know, our pastries were divine. One guy traveled 700 miles for a piece of my mother's apple pie, and when he got there wasn't any. And the guy had, like, literally had a panic attack, and I had to tell him all about it. You know, so there's a lot of things to be said. You know, this is a falafel. Like, is it really, really, like, healthy for you? No, it's not healthy for you. Well, you know, they may have some healthy things there, like pita bread is a little better. Shawarma, like, this is Jerusalem. This stuff is not healthy for you. The salad may be healthy. The pita is a little more healthier. This meat is all pounded together and put on like a great big skewer, and then it's roasted all day long. Well, that's not healthy for you because it's been there for so long. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days just going around and around and around and around and around and around, and then they baste it with an oil so you get the drippings from it. And this guy's traveling all over the world for food, but he's just a food connoisseur, and he's lucky because he's skinny. Signing off right now with Soul Body. That's my new rap name. I changed it from AKA Mama Pimp Mafia, XOXOXO. When I became a widow from many of the great rappers being killed in demise, like Tupac, Biggie, XXX. Michael Jackson was in pop, but he was murdered. Prince was murdered. You know, they don't say these people have been murdered. They just say, oh, in their demise because they were drug addicts. So obviously somebody killed them, and they killed them for a reason, because they're worth more dead than alive. Signing off right now with.
Food is amazing, and people are so nice here.
I am just a connoisseur of life. I'm just a connoisseur of love, and I'm a connoisseur of longevity and love. And that's what I look for, peace and tranquility and joy to the world. And I will be traveling soon to Dubai. This is going to be my first, and I'm going to go to Old Jerusalem.
I already love it.
Probably London, England. I want to go to do some work in London, England. I'm going to be a stand-up probably. Do some TV in London, England. So see you later, alligator child. Maybe I'm blow a kiss with Soul Body.